keeping it real goes wrong.
Lil Durk kept it real. Real stupid. In a crash-out move that should remind everyone about FBG Duck's murder and the O-Block Sloppy 6, Lil Durk kept it real stupid. First, he made a deal with the devil when he signed serial killer King Von to his OTF record label, and then he suffered the inevitable result when he was eventually arrested in a murder-for-hire plot. That is the perfect example of when keeping it real goes wrong. He didn't appreciate his blessings when murder charges against him were dropped the first time after King Von's death. Durk survived the war in Chirac, became one of the most successful rappers in the world, but that wasn't enough for him. He wanted to prove his street credibility, which a lot of people questioned. He won a Grammy for a song with J. Cole, where in the video he is shown catching a football like a little girl. And remember when he threw out the first pitch at the Cubs game like a little girl? Or when he awkwardly threw out the first pitch at the White Sox game like a little girl? Anyway, in an effort to prove his masculinity and street credibility to the memory of King Von and his loyal fans, court documents say that OTF gang members set up a bounty on the head of the man they blamed for King Von's death. The geniuses then used a credit card that was associated with the label to book plane tickets to travel from Chicago to California to search for Quando Rondo after learning his whereabouts. So the question is, how did OTF learn Quando Rondo's location? One of the suspects, Kevon London Grant, better known as OTF Vonnie, allegedly led the search and secured cars, ski masks, and weapons to carry out the murder. Also arrested were DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, aka OTFDD, Asa Houston, aka OTF Boogie, Keith Jones, who is called Flacka, and David Brian Lindsay, who is known as Brown Eyes. On today's show, the Cartoon News Network makes the case that a rolling 60s Crips set from Crenshaw called Score Gang backdoored Quando Rondo, dropping his location to OTF, while Lil Durk was keeping it real. Real stupid.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
For those that don't know, Bricc Baby is Adam 22's newest pet gang banger, representing the rolling 60s neighborhood Crips, who was added to the No Jumper podcast as a co-host, to be Adam's lil homie. Adam 22 lives in Los Angeles but has a strange fascination with black gang bangers from Chicago, and an even stranger fetish with black men everywhere, gang banging his wife, but I digress. There were 5 co-conspirators referenced in the indictment against members of OTF. From the indictment, it was easy for everyone to deduce that co-conspirator 1, who put a bounty on Quando Rondo's head, is Lil Durk. YouTube detectives then quickly figured out that co-conspirator 2, who was one of 3 shooters that attacked Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil Pab, was OTF Jam. In 2022, OTF Jam was released from prison after doing a 12-year bid, and here is another example of when keeping it real goes wrong. During interviews, OTF Jam repeatedly praised Durk for holding him down while he was in prison, and said that he gave him money, a house, car, and more when he got out. But none of that shit stopped him from snitching or wearing a wire when the feds put that pressure on his ass. OTF Twin posted pictures of a man named Marlon Kirsch that was captioned, "Pussy wore a wire," and a picture of a man named Show Ron Hollis, along with a bunch of rat emojis. So we can conclude that Lil Durk, OTF Jam, Marlon Kirsch, and Show Ron Hollis are 4 out of the 5 co-conspirators referenced in the indictment. But who is co-conspirator number 4? According to the indictment, co-conspirator number 4 dropped Quando Rondo's location at a Los Angeles hotel on August 18, 2022. So, we must assume that co-conspirator number 4 lives in LA and has connections to the entertainment industry. For his part, OTF Vonnie immediately flew a private jet from Miami to LA to organize the hit. An OTF credit card was used to book a flight for OTF DD, OTF Boogie, OTF Jam, Brown Eyes, and Flocka from Chicago to San Diego, where they drove to LA. The following day, on August 19th, OTF members and their affiliates stalked Quando Rondo and his entourage while they were riding in a black Cadillac Escalade. The hit team followed the truck in a white Infiniti sedan driven by OTF Boogie, with the 3 shooters, and a black BMW with OTF Vonnie, and OTF DD inside, to a gas station where Quando's cousin, Lil Pub, was killed. For his part, Bricc Baby is from the same gang as Nipsey Hussle, and Big U from California. So, people already know that the Rolling 60 Crips out there have a reputation for leaving the back door open, and even killing their own. Shortly after returning home to Savannah, to mourn his cousin, Quando took to social media to publicly drop his flag as a Rolling 60s Crip. He wrote, "I'm not jump out gang either, ain't no loyalty in this shit. I'm my own man. I laid my flag down. I'm not NH, meaning Nipsey Hussle. Y'all ain't gonna ride for a nigga for real. It's no sense of me being a part of y'all shit. Y'all fuck with the opposition. I don't give a fuck who feel hit. Fuck you, and if you can't feel where I'm coming from with this, you a bitch ass nigga, cause it don't take rocket science to see what the fuck going on. Everybody already hate me. I ain't tripping on the extra hate. I'm about to focus on my family, the ones who really gone really drop a tear if I die." Months after King Von was killed in November 2000, the feared leader of the Rolling 60s Crips, Big U, was doing a press run to promote a TV series he was featured in called Hip Hop Uncovered. During an appearance on The Breakfast Club, Big U said, "The youngsters get out, and then they have to have an experience before they realize, I should have checked in, or I should have called, or I should have been moving a certain way," he says around the 10-minute mark. So they get out, and they might be under your banner, but then, they ain't respecting the banner. They ain't calling you. They got your number, they know who you is, but they feel like they're bigger than the program. You got a lot of dudes, when I was here last time, that claim my neighborhood, that's in this music shit, but they don't really fuck with us, until it's a problem, then they call. Like Quando Rondo, like, you can't call me now. You can't call me when the fire hot. You didn't fuck with me before that. You had my number, you coulda called me, you know what I mean? How does that feel to me? How does that feel to our team?" Upon hearing Big U's comments, Quando quickly took to Instagram to tell his side of the story. He wrote, "I'm gonna go ahead and clear this shit up before y'all niggas even get to saying some shit like this," he says. "Cause first of all, when I hit Unk up, when I hit the big homie up, I was calling that man on some shit like this, cause I got a lot going on. I got a lot of fuck shit going on out here. I know that. Cause isn't a lame. Cause got a lot of charity shit going on. Cause got a lot of positive shit going on, you feel me? Which my team was hitting up a lot more people, like, a lot of people. We've just been calling round everywhere on some shit like, man, it's time for me to start giving back, politics wise. It's time for me to leave this street shit in the streets, and just play my role in the internet shit. No, a nigga was not trying to give back, just to have a good face card." Quando also insisted he wasn't hitting Big U up for protection, adding, "I don't fear no man. Why would I wait to get into some shit, and went to the hood? What the fuck? I ain't even that type of nigga. Killers get killed every day, as you can see. A nigga's life, already written cuz." So, did the Rolling 60s Crips drop Quando's location to Lil Durk, when he didn't check in with Big U? Well, according to Quando, he had a conversation with Big U, shortly after their internet beef started, and they came to an understanding, so, there was no beef. The relationship between Quando and one of the leaders of the younger generation of Rolling 60s on the West Coast, Bricc Baby, on the other hand, isn't as kosher, but is it another example of when keeping it real goes wrong?
When keeping it real goes wrong. We all thought that was a bad drug deal, weed deal. You know that. The world thought that that shooting was a bad weed deal between some Armenians or Persians. That's what the world thought. Okay, it wasn't until February of 2023 that Bricc Baby goes on the internet with Flacco. Bricc Baby goes on the show and says, "I guess they can't say OTF didn't slide for King Von anymore." And Flacco says, "Well, what are you talking about?" He said, "Yeah, the shoot, they slid for King Von, OTF. Yeah. Now, that's February. March, the feds get on Bricc. We don't know this. Jump to June 2023. Feds come to Bricc Baby's house. We get the major report. I'm screaming, Bricc Baby just got picked up by the feds. What's happening? When the court date? Right? We're under the presumption that it's an AK-47 case. But what really happened was they came there to get his cell phone.
If you agree that shit looks bad for Bricc Baby, and are not yet a part of the Cartoon News Network family, please smash that like button and subscribe to join our movement. Bricc Baby is a struggle rapper / pseudo celebrity who has said he shares a brotherhood with Durk and other members of OTF. In the song, Long Live Pab, Quando Rondo raps, they wanna murk the only artist come from out Savannah. I think that I might throw the towel in, on my bandana. I think somebody out Crenshaw, ran down and hit my man up. Here, Durk is pictured rocking Score Gang's clothing line, a rolling 60s set of Crips, representing the Crenshaw district.
When you're keeping it real, goes wrong. One day, and I keep it real. Sometimes keeping it real can go horribly wrong. You gotta pick our spots. It's good to be real sometimes. It's good to be phony sometimes. Yes, I said it. Phony. Think I'm this nice in real life? That, son. Because I'm on TV. I'm wild. I pull my balls out right now.